Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So there are so many students who believe that in my program I only provide feedback in Hindi. That's not true. Today I'll be sharing one of my feedbacks that I provide in English because there are so many students in my descriptive program who doesn't understand Hindi or they are not very well versed with Hindi. So I provide them feedback in English also. That's the first part. Another important thing which I would like to highlight that sometimes how you make bigger mistakes, like it's a blunder, that's not a mistake. That question was something else, you have written something else, or you according to you you have written your one of the best answers, but when the instructor look at your answer he says that what blunder you have made out of an answer, right? So I'll be sharing that feedback today. Do watch that feedback, that will help you in learning. So I guess this will give you an idea that sometimes what we think and what we write could be different, right? So let's begin this particular feedback, and if you like my content, do subscribe and share my channel. Let's look at your answer which you have submitted in the master sheet. So this is discuss the role of communication. That's the first part of the question. What is the key barriers of communication in the organization? So basically you have to write this answer in the perspective of organization. You need to put in the role and put in the barriers. Let's take up how you have written it. So first of all, always mention how many words you have written, how much time you have taken for this. This is very important to track your progress, right? Let's talk about communication is an effective tool to achieve an organization objective. It is not just listening or speaking, it's just about understanding. Communication is interrelated concepts such as motivation, leadership, structure, and decision making. Is interrelated with concepts such as okay, this is good, this point is good, this is general line. But I believe that whenever you are defining anything or you're writing what is communication, you must highlight the name of the writer or the name of the book from where you have studied it, right? It depends on the organization structure. Communication takes place in following ways. So this was not required at all because I never asked you the types of communication or how does it happens. This was the question was completely on the role of communication. So this is completely unwanted section for this answer. And I'm not going to evaluate this. I will not get into this that what is downward communication, what is upward communication. This was not required. This was not the part of question. It assumes that this not required, since downward communication, no, not required, not required. Everything which you have written in this is seems to be completely not required here because the question talks about completely different thing and you write a completely different thing in this answer. And this is a very poor answer because it's a very straightforward question. You need to write the role of communication, right? Which you have not written. You have just explained what are the types of communication, and this will fetch you 0 marks in this particular question. It's a pure cross over here. Let's talk about the barriers of communication which you have written. The first barrier is called the more complex the organization structure, the communication. These are not barriers, right? The barriers are semantic barriers, psychological barriers. That needs to be written down. So I believe in both the part of the question, you have not been able to answer it properly. You have written something else, question is something else. So my would be completely 0 out of 10. This is not going to help you, Pradeepan, and this is a blunder. This is not a mistake. This is a blunder. But when the question asks you something else and you write something else, right? Let's talk about the role of communication. Very simple. You need to talk about how it is how communication plays a role in decision making, how it is playing role in the different management functions, planning, organizing, controlling. You need to write that part, and then you need to write part. The second part is the barriers of communication, psychological barrier, semantic barrier, interpersonal barriers. That needs to be written down, and that's why this answer is a very poor answer. This is 0 out of 10, and you need to like think before you write because this is purely lack of preparation in terms of not able to understand the question. So hope this will help you and you will become more conscious, and this will help you in writing the next question, right? So make sure that from the next time, whenever whatever the question is, just focus on the question, what question is asking. Don't write what you know, write what is required, right? Thank you.